What would happen if Kim Jong-un, the totalitarian president of North Korea, died unexpectedly? From political uncertainty to international implications, let's delve into a comprehensive and captivating analysis of the possible challenges and changes that could arise in an uncertain future. Additionally, we will address the most delicate issue: North Korea's impressive nuclear arsenal. Prepare for a fascinating journey through the potential scenarios of this situation in a country shrouded in mystery and absolute dictatorial control. Join us and discover what would happen if this situation were to unfold in the enigmatic setting of North Korea. In the global political context, the enigmatic leader of North Korea, known for his aura of mystery and absolute power, Kim Jong-un, stands out. Descendant of a dynasty that has ruled the country for generations, Kim Jong-un emerges as a polarizing and equally fascinating figure. Born between 1983 and 1984, the exact dates of his origin remain speculative, adding to this mysterious character's aura of secrecy. Raised in a family marked by a personality cult and totalitarian control, it was evident from an early age that he was destined to inherit supreme power. However, his rise to leadership was not without controversy and doubts about his ability to govern a hermetic and isolated country. Since assuming office in 2011 following the death of his father Kim Jong-il, Kim Jong-un has maintained a cryptic profile and a hardline policy that has kept North Korea in constant tension with the international community. His regime has been characterized by internal repression, the development of nuclear weapons, and a personality cult that permeates all aspects of life in the country. But beyond the propaganda proclamations and military parades, little is known about Kim Jong-un's private life. His personal life is shrouded in secrecy, with scarce and often contradictory details. It is rumored that he is married to Ri Sol-ju, a former singer, and that they have at least one child. However, information about his family is scant and subject to speculation. On the international stage, Kim Jong-un has faced criticism and condemnation for his authoritarian regime and human rights violations. However, his ability to stay in power and defy external pressures has demonstrated his skill in navigating the turbulent waters of global geopolitics. Despite his image as a ruthless and despotic leader, Kim Jong-un has also shown glimpses of pragmatism and diplomacy, participating in historic summits with world leaders like Donald Trump and Moon Jae-in. These fleeting moments of openness and dialogue have sparked hopes of possible reconciliation on the Korean peninsula, though uncertainty about the region's future remains constant. His profile, marked by opacity and ambiguity, evokes both fear and intrigue in equal measure. Thus, imagining what would happen to the Asian nation if he were to suddenly die is an exercise as interesting as it is challenging, as the repercussions could be globally impactful. Let's imagine the scenario. Kim Jong-un dies suddenly. Predicting what could happen in the hermetic Asian country is a complex task. Analysts, for good reason, have stumbled in their attempts to understand the nature of Pyongyang, and the lack of leadership changes in North Korea's recent history only adds more uncertainty to the equation. Despite these challenges, we can find some comfort in the fact that the country often follows an established pattern in times of transition. Based on past experiences, it can be expected that the region's history, marked by episodes of tension and disputes, reinforces the need to be alert for any signs of external intervention at such a delicate moment. The social and political landscape would be in a palpable state of uncertainty amidst the regime's closed-off and authoritarian nature. Coupled with international sanctions and economic recession, concerns would naturally arise about whether foreign countries like South Korea or any of the world powers might exploit the situation during a potential leadership transition. China might be willing to take military initiative on the Korean peninsula. It is often believed that its intervention would be limited to managing refugees along its border and that any action would be in support of North Korea. However, changes in Chinese military capabilities, increasing concerns about nuclear security, and geopolitical competition with the United States have, in recent years, expanded its focus. It is likely that the Asian giant would undertake extensive military intervention to spread its regional influence in the event of a significant conflict in the region. Recent military exercises and statements from its representatives indicate an intensification of preparations for such intervention. Additionally, the Chinese military would probably reach North Korea's nuclear facilities before US or South Korean forces due to the country's geographical proximity, the proximity of military bases, and the potential low resistance from North Korean troops. They might also have early warning systems, allowing for advanced preparation and unique opportunities for intelligence gathering. The number one priority for the international community would be to ensure the safe elimination of North Korea's nuclear weapons and associated facilities. The key strategy to counter North Korea's weapons of mass destruction is to prevent information and armaments from spreading beyond the peninsula to new actors, including terrorist organizations. Evidence demonstrating the Asian nation's nuclear armament is often disclosed by the government itself, such as this video, both outrageous and impressive, starring Kim Jong-un. In a scenario of the North Korean regime's collapse, North America and the Western community would likely seek to establish a quarantine around the country to prevent nuclear materials from falling into the wrong hands. With an estimated 20 to 60 atomic weapons, 75 to 320 kilograms of highly enriched uranium, a network of 39 relevant attack points, and 49 missile platforms, North Korea's arsenal represents a serious threat to global security. Their advanced projectile technology allows them to target South Korea, Japan, and even potentially the United States. On multiple occasions, the Eastern government has intimidated these nations with that daring possibility. In this scenario, Kim Jong-un or a successor could resort to using this armament as a last resort to deter an extreme intervention that might secure and hasten the dynasty's fall. Facing this situation would require a carefully coordinated and decisive response from the international community to negotiate with the North Korean leader in command. It is valid to ask then, in the event of Kim Jong-un's death, who would lead the government? Since its founding, North Korea has been governed by a single family, starting with Kim Il-sung, who led from 1948 until 1994. He was followed by his son Kim Jong-il, who held the supreme position from 1994 until 2011. After his death, power passed to his son, the current president, consolidating a dynasty that has extended for decades. Although Kim Jong-un has descendants, there is uncertainty about the future of the succession since his children are still too young to take control of the country. As we explained at the beginning, official information about Jong-un's descendants is scarce. It is speculated that he has been married since 2009, and some specialists believe he has 3 children, all underage. Although these details remain in the shadows, in this context, the figure of his sister Kim Yo-jong emerges as a possible heir to power. This woman has gradually gained influence in the political environment, becoming one of her brother's closest collaborators. US officials who have had encounters with the Kims have described a close but hierarchical relationship with her. It is important to note that the Democratic People's Republic of Korea has never had a female leader. Given the conservative Oriental tradition, it is believed that the position can only be occupied by men, given the danger involved. A tragic example is that of Kim Jong-un's half-brother, Kim Jong-nam, who was assassinated in Malaysia in 2017. Let's look at footage of the attack. Given the characteristics of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, it is extremely likely that a member of the Kim family will be designated as a successor, as the regime's legitimacy is based on a semi-sacred narrative. However, a family member may lack political experience. It is crucial to remember that this was exactly what was said about the young Kim Jong-un when he took office in 2011 before he later proved the skeptics wrong. An enigmatic and virulent totalitarian figure is at the helm of one of the nations with one of the largest nuclear arsenals in the world. The exercise of thinking about what would happen in the event of a sudden death leaves more doubts than certainties. This brings us to the end of this reflective episode. But before we finish, we wanted to ask you, what do you think would happen in the event of Kim Jong-un's unexpected demise? How would Western countries and China react? Who would be his successor? We look forward to your responses in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss these videos.